I was a freshman in college, and the year was 1993. I was a starting nose guard for my college football team. No, not that type of football. I meant this type of football. At any rate, I had made a couple of outstanding plays back to back, and I was definitely feeling myself and believing my own hype. That's when my coach got my attention, looked me square in the face, and said, "Stout," that was my nickname, "you got a lot of potential." I said, "Hey, thanks, coach." And he immediately came back and said, "Potential is a French word for you ain't done crap yet." And he didn't use the word crap. Well, that pretty much sums up Silver's 2024 performance. A whole lot of potential, but it really didn't do crap. Without a doubt, it was an interesting ride nonetheless. While the difference in performance between gold and silver was only 3 percentage points, it doesn't begin to tell the story of why I'm even more bullish on silver for 2025 and beyond. I know many of you are frustrated that silver hasn't made any major price moves, and I get it. We saw gold hitting all-time highs, while silver is still range-bound around 40% below its all-time high. This is what makes 2025 such an interesting year and unique opportunity for us silver investors and for us to have a little savvy and are willing to push it. The difference in silver's performance is just giving us a chance after chance, week after week, to buy silver at some of the best prices we might ever see in our lives. This literally might be the equivalent of the old timers buying silver at $5 an ounce. That aside, each of us needs to develop a stacking plan. And I'm planning like this will be my last really good buying opportunity for silver. I want you to forget the Fed's newfound hawkish stance, the only moderate rate cut supposedly. Forget the geopolitics, the BS reports on tariffs on metals. In fact, for this year, I want you to ignore all of it and only focus on one thing: silver price versus value. Price is what you pay, value is what you receive. While gold is definitely going higher to maybe 3,000, even 3,500 this year, that move isn't even close to what silver offers as potential. Now, don't forget what my college coach said about potential. The key right now, though, is not giving up on silver or slowing down your silver stacking or waiting for the price to confirm for you to start stacking again. The confirmation always comes after the fact. This approach I'm suggesting isn't about fear mongering, the hyping of the nonsense scenarios like government confiscation or anything like that. It's about having a proactive strategy that is designed for you to push to build tangible wealth at a time when the odds are greatly in your favor. Yes, steady acquiring physical silver is the key. And yeah, there's always that potential that we can be in a short squeeze or a supply and demand imbalance, but that doesn't matter. All that is just blah, 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 blah. Listen, we actually don't need a silver squeeze, nor do we really want one. It's not in our best interest to see price spike and be all erratic and then come right back down. We'll have to say that for another video. The point is this, is that it's about taking control of your financial future. 1 ounce of silver at a time, pushing yourself harder, especially right now in 2025. I'm pushing so hard because regardless of how our current situation is being framed, it's all positive for silver. First, I said several videos ago that I didn't think silver would go below $30, and it has briefly broken that a couple times, but every time it's come right back to that level as a level of support. So the base case for silver becomes price can remain range bound. The bullish scenario is that gold prices could reach new highs. Now the bearish case, gold prices could face downward pressure, but even in the most bearish case, all of that is happening is that they're just kicking the can down the road. I think we need to remind ourselves that silver's run is inevitable. It may not be imminent in 2025. And if it's not imminent or it doesn't happen this year, silver continues to be the gift that keeps on giving at these prices, which means we have to stack as best we can, as much as we can. It doesn't matter how long you've been stacking, in my opinion, or how much you stack. Now is the perfect time to start buying silver because of its value. I don't say that lightly because most of you know I overwhelmingly prefer gold, and I've preached that for years. But now gold has had its run, and what I was buying at $1,600, $1,700 is not as attractive at $2,700 or $2,800 gold. I just can't bring myself to buy it, but I can with silver because we haven't seen silver take the lead yet. The reason why this is the only stacking video you need to watch for 2025 is really simple. It's all about erasing all the stuff you think you know, and all the BS you've heard, because it doesn't matter at this stage. The fuse has been lit. We just don't know how long it's going to take. With that as a backdrop, along with what we know is inevitable for silver, that means our strategy is really, really simple. Let me say it slowly. Stack every single ounce you can get your hands on. Now, I'm not saying back up the truck, but I am saying it will likely be in your best interest to stack with a sense of urgency. Let's start with the easy stuff and move to the more challenging parts. One, as long as premiums are around or below 15%, buy physical silver. You just can't have enough tangible wealth with zero counterparty risk. Two, bars over coins. Let's just agree to disagree. As long as we agree that the math will tell us which to buy at any given time, we can agree to disagree over bars and coins. Three, don't try to time your purchases, but try to buy on down days. Four, when premiums start to spike and price begins to move, shift to paper, silver, or ETFs for the price exposure. We can't be silly here, folks. It's the best way to get exposure to the silver price movements, and the ease of selling when you want to lock in some profits just can't be compared to physical silver. Five, I'm going to resist the temptation to discuss mining stocks, but y'all know where I stand. Make sure you do your due diligence. And six, set accumulation goals. You'll be surprised how often you meet and exceed them. Now let's talk about strategy, in particular how we're going to make sure you stack 30% more. Brace yourself for this because it's going to feel like a hard shift, and I promise some of you aren't going to like this, but for those of you that know me, yep, it's time to audit our financial situation and free up some extra cash that will be used to specifically get more metals. Most people talk about practicing what they preach. Said, I want you to know that I'm preaching what I practice. Think about how that little shift in words makes a significant difference. Some of you know every 6 months or so, I do this in my life and I put out a video about cleaning up the trash in our budget so we can stack more. And that's where we're going next. I just completed my audit and I cleaned up close to $700 in wasted money that I can now funnel back towards investment. Some things were really simple and not that big of a deal, like changing my internet and my cable plan. Some felt like little sacrifices, but really weren't, like canceling my satellite radio that I never listened to in the car. Some were good for me, like meal prepping and saving money that I don't spend on lunch anymore. And others were more significant in savings, like quitting smoking. Your immediate and most important task today, when did I say today, is to begin looking at your budget or your finances or your bank statements or how you spend your money and start trimming the fat. Here's a list of some of the low hanging fruit that can easily clear up $200 to $300 in your budget easily. One, simply call the companies that you have bills with and ask for a discount. Ask for AAA, AARP, ask for the nice guy discount, whatever. Try whatever you can. Two, cut out drive-through or takeout, or do one less restaurant dinner a month. Three, shop your car and your homeowner's insurance. Four, utilities. Turn the thermostat up or down and tell those darn kids to turn the lights off when they leave the room. Five, cancel subscriptions. Even if you have to wait a week to go back and sign up and get the new sign-up discount, it's worth it. Six, tweak your cable bill. Try a slower internet package. Try fewer channels. You'll be okay. You probably shouldn't be watching that much TV in the first place. Seven, unlink your credit cards to online platforms. Make yourself work a little harder to spend the money. Eight, here's a shameless plug. Switch to Mint Mobile. Link in the description. You get a discount and I get a little kickback for you signing up. I've been with them for a couple years and it's the same service and it's just way cheaper. My whole family is on it. Number nine, do what I call one less of. And you fill in the blank. One less happy hour, one less snack, one less whatever it is that you find yourself spending money on. If you can, do it one less time. And number 10, use cash only. There's a lot of research that shows that it causes us more psychological pain when we use cash versus almost no reaction when we use credit cards to just tap our way into stuff. The key here is to figure out how much you just saved, and I'm sure it's an additional 30% more than what you're currently spending on your stacking budget. Make sure you capture those savings and move them into a savings account or your stacking account. Don't just let that money creep into other areas of your life. Make sure you pull that out and capture that savings. If you normally buy a coffee every day, take that $5 and do a transfer every day, or figure out 5 times 20 days and transfer that $100 and capture that money so that you can reallocate it. That's the best way to do this. Remember, we have to ignore the gyrations of this silver market. The price volatility in particular, it doesn't matter. Remember the big picture. The strategy isn't just about accumulating silver, it's about building real tangible wealth. We're not waiting for some mythical reason for silver to go to the moon. We're taking matters into our own hands today so that we can aggressively and strategically acquire more silver while it's undervalued. Some of the best opportunities to grow your wealth come from going against the grain, and this is one of those times. While the masses focus on traditional and even some of the absurd assets, savvy investors like us should be quietly amassing physical silver. 2025 may be our last great shot at these prices, so don't be swayed by short-term price movements. And if 2025 isn't the year, that's okay too. It just gives us more time to accumulate. Today in the comments, I want you to focus on providing any advice or tips on how people can free up more money for stacking, besides hiding your wife's purse for a week. Or simply put an A+ in the comments so that everyone knows that you always stack smarter and never stop learning.